Joseph Strickland here, an applied clinical nutritionist here in Austin. Thanks again for all the comments on the videos. I really like those comments. Keep them coming. Feel free to send me any emails if you have any questions. I'm basically here to serve you. So today I'm going to talk about the crap they put in food. That's right, food additives. I told you a few weeks ago I'd be talking about it, and today I'm going to be talking about it. So a lot of people ask me what food additives are. They're actually things that are put into food to help them sustain shelf life, make it safe to eat, or quote safe to eat, and also to help increase the shelf life so that the food won't go rotten. Of course, if you're running a grocery store and the oranges go bad, you lose money. So there's got to be substances in packages, that way they have food to sell you. So the thing about food additives is they're not food. And that escapes a lot of people. They think, oh, I'm eating this food substance. What they don't realize is that, yes, it does have some food in it. But when you start having more food additives than food, there's a problem. And it's an unnatural substance added to the food to change its properties. So in looking at a food, you want to find out if it is, how much of it is food and how much of it is put in there just to make it palatable or edible. So a lot of times people ask me, if food additives are so bad, why are they allowed? Well, they're allowed for several reasons. One, they make the food taste better. They're used as flavor enhancers. An example of that would be Coca-Cola. It tastes good. It's got high fructose corn syrup in there, and it's actually designed to taste good. And it does. There's a difference between eating for the taste buds and eating for nutrition or to sustain life. Two different purposes there. Another thing that they do besides tasting good is looking good. If you were to, look at what's in a chicken nugget, just the raw ingredients, it'd be pretty scary. Whereas, when you see the end product with all the chemicals in there, the stabilizers and all of that kind of thing, it actually looks very presentable. And because of the extra scent that they add to it, it smells good as well. I'm going to go into that in further detail. Another thing that they do is texture, make the texture good so it tastes good on the tongue. If something were like Jell-O, it might make you kind of nauseous when you were eating it. And that's the case with a lot of these hamburgers that are in fast food restaurants. They've got a lot of fat in there. Their fat content's very high, and it might be like Jell-O unless they added some things in there that stabilized it and made it palatable or edible in the first place. So those are lots of different reasons why they exist. Another thing that they put food additives in for is to increase shelf life. That's why you can take a Twinkie, take it out of the wrapper, put it there on the shelf. It's still the same after a month. And there's even an internet video, you can Google it, where a guy put like a Big Mac in his pocket and then 4 years later realized, got the coat out and it was in his pocket, he pulled it out, it was the same burger. And then he got a whole bunch of different ones over several years, and he has them on his thing. It's very interesting anyway. But today I'm actually going to go over the different, 3 different food additives that are not the best for you. And I'm going to go through them and tell you why and what substances they're in and ultimately how you can find out more about this subject. One of the more well-known food additives is sodium nitrate. What it's used for is to make the color better, to make the flavor better, and to make the shelf life longer. It's in processed meats and cheese mostly, bologna, hot dogs, things of this nature. And it'll actually say it on the package. It's in bacon as well. You can certainly get versions of these foods without sodium nitrate in there, but the majority of them in the conventional method is to put sodium nitrate. And one of the reasons why it's not good for you, and one of the effects that it has on you, is that it actually converts the hemoglobin in your blood and changes it to a different substance that can't carry oxygen. It's dangerous, and in fact in large amounts can kill you and can actually create a disease condition. So the moral of that story is don't eat some bologna and then go exercise. Another additive which isn't great for you is aspartame K. It's used mostly in diet soft drinks. It's used as an actual artificial sweetener. It's bitter on its own, so you don't see it on the store shelves like sucralose or stevia or some of the other things, because it just is kind of bitter. But when you take that bittersweet and you add some of the other types of sweeteners, you can get a cocktail that tastes pretty close to sugar. Problem with aspartame K is that it really overworks the thyroid gland, and it's been shown to cause fatigue when taken over a long period of time. So you could literally be drinking that diet soda thinking you're giving yourself energy with the caffeine, and then over time find your fatigue gets worse and worse, so you could actually end up needing more and more. So it's kind of an insidious additive, more than just, you know, you take it and it harms you right then. It harms you more over a long period of time. So the next food additive I'm going to go over today is carrageenan. This is in a lot of different stuff, folks. It's used as a gel, an emulsifier, and also a texturizer. Some of the things that it's included in, I'm going to read off because the list is so long. Infant formula, cream, French dressing, head cheese, jelly, cottage cheese, ice cream, ice milk, evaporated milk. The list goes on. Basically, look at the label and see if it says it's in there. It's bad for you for several different reasons, one of which is it causes ulcers in your large intestine, which of course can lead to blood in the stool or even mucus in the stool. But the most insidious and the one that just is like why is it stunts growth. So why put it in infant formula? So anyway, stay away from it, and if it's in infant formula that you're feeding your kids, certainly don't feed them that infant formula. You know, and look at these different additives and find them on the label, and just don't eat them. So to wrap it up, you might be asking yourself, well, what do I eat? The answer to that is on the outside of the store, basically. Your produce section, fruits, vegetables that are fresh, organic meats. There are some organic food stores or health food stores that have uncured deli meats. I would stick with those versus the ones that, you know, have the nitrates and all the food additives we just talked about in them. All right, so I'm going to bid you adieu, but I wanted you to leave feedback with any questions you might have. Rate the video, please, as well as subscribe to this channel. We're working hard on giving you a lot of really good information, and having you subscribed really helps. Also, I wanted to invite you to come to my website, nutritionaustin.com. I do different lectures, and I'm not sure what my next one is, but my website will tell you.